A couple of years ago, I did a video detailing, I think mostly, what were my bucket list sort of snare drums and drums in general. Now, I've been meaning to go back over that video the last couple of weeks, and I just haven't got around to doing it yet. But the reason why I bring that up is because of this snare drum. And as with many drums recently, I'm going to stand up for this. Now, this is a Paiste Spirit of 2002 snare drum. Well, obviously it is a snare drum. I'm going to put... Oh, God. Right, this drum actually weighs 20 pounds. And I know that because it was shipped from New York. And it said it on the ticket. I have wanted one of these snare drums for forever. You know, ever since I sort of first heard of them. Which is nigh on 20 odd years ago, I think. And I think they first came out sort of... I think it was around sort of 98, 99. This drum was actually made in 2003. Oh, God. I cannot understate how heavy this drum actually is. If it fell on your foot, it would break it. The foot, that is, not the drum. This drum was made on for my American friends, 7/10/03, and for anyone else in the world, the 10th of July. Which actually means it's due for a birthday real soon, because this is the end of June now. And it's number 226. And 226 is written in there, along with Ochiltree's signature, but it's also stamped underneath. The drum itself is, as you all have seen, the 14x5 version. Admittedly, I haven't done a huge amount of research on this at the moment, but it's sort of ongoing. But I still haven't been able to work out how many, what the production numbers were for each size. Indeed, like, you know, each size in general. I know there was a 13x5, there's a 14x5. I think there was a 14.6.5, and there's obviously, if you're a Danny Carey fan, a 14x8 version as well. For those of you that don't know, the Spirit of 2002 comes from the fact that these drums were all made from melted down and recycled Paiste 2002 cymbals. And they also did, later on, Jeff Ochiltree also did a signature bronze, an S bronze drum, which someone I know actually loaned me one of those, very, very kindly of him, a couple of years ago. That was a piccolo, and that was a very cool drum as well. But apart from it weighing 20 pounds, you've got 10 of these sort of, you know, quite interesting sort of nodal lugs. So it's 10 per head, die-cast hoops. The only downside to this drum is the Nickelworks strainer, which at the time, at the time the Nickelworks drums, the strainer was considered to be sort of one of the best out there, and then it started developing problems, i.e. it started breaking, and I had that happen to me once as well. I've got a UV1 on the top. These things originally shipped, as far as I know, actually they originally shipped with Evans heads on them. So I've got a UV1 on the top, and then just the clear 300 on the bottom, and it's got pure sound wires, which you may have been able to have guessed by now. All the hardware, anything that looks like it's gold is basically gold. The drum came out of what I was told was a prominent collector's collection, and he was just basically, thinning out. What I was told was that the original owner of this drum, and I cannot remember the fella's name. I do remember looking him up, and he was actually Cyndi Lauper's drummer for a long time. You know what? It wasn't cheap, but just through circumstance, I happened to be, actually through circumstance and a bit of luck as well, I just happened to be in a position to put this on my credit card. And it all just happened to fall into place at the right time, where I was able to get the drum. And this is a keeper. I mean, most of these things are keepers anyway. I have actually sold some snare drums recently. I've always wanted one of these. There was something I think in terms of cool factor, and I know there'll be people that disagree with me, and that's absolutely cool. But I think for me, in terms of cool factor, and the fact that I've never heard of I'd never heard a story of one of these shells cracking. I always thought that these were a little bit cooler than the Noble and Cooley Zildjian drums. I don't know why. I think it's because I've been a lifelong Paiste fan. I think that's possibly what it is. But there was mystique about this drum for me, and now that I've got my grubby little Mitsun one and I've played it, it seems that mystique was fully justified. Something I forgot. So this shell is what I would say is very engineered. It's very precise. So the snare bed is here. And here, it's that wide. It's not very wide, but I think you can get a glimpse of just. I can't see it in the camera, but hopefully you can. Yeah, you can kind of see the depth of the cut there. If I sort of jiggle it around, you'll be able to see it. And it's a very precise. It's a very precise sort of working into the shell, and the bearing edges you could probably shave with. They are very, very sharp in that respect. And I did read somewhere, or maybe someone told me, that you've got to be careful about over tightening the heads on these things, because they'll bust the heads. It's everything I kind of wanted it to be, really. As you'll hear, it's bright, it's ringy. As I said, it's fantastically heavy. But it's such a lovely drum to play, and I mean I banged around on it in here for a little while, and it was nice, but I hadn't actually recorded it. It was such a lively, bright, ringy sound in my ears. It's one of those drums that made me want to hit it more. Dream come true. There you go. That's how I'm going to describe this drum. It's a dream come true. But anyway, thank you for watching. Any questions, let me know. And thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video. And for the record, I don't really like it that high.